Today I want to go over some key aspects about the software program AutoCAD. And to start today, I want to look at building a basic floor plan. And how we're going to do that is if we go into our file and we're going to go new drawing and we're going to select just the AutoCAD basic plot design. So let's just bring up a basic grid. We have a y-axis, x-axis. And then what I want to go over today is in the top left-hand corner, there is some drawing on our drafting tab here. There's a modeling tab, but on our drafting tab, we have some basic drawing functions. We have hatch functions, block functions, and then modifying functions. Now today I want to use an exercise and create a basic floor plan, and in doing this we'll use our drafting rectangle and square tool, we'll use a line tool, and we'll also use an arc tool. To modify this, I want to talk about our snipping tool as well and some move tools just to get a basis of basic 2D drafting exercises. So if we go ahead and click in the top left corner on the rectangle, we can then just click and drag, and then if we want to specify for our basic floor plan, let's say we want to do 60 by tab and then do 30. This create a 60 by 30 rectangle that we can use. For reference, in the bottom right hand corner, there's actually two more specific functions I want to talk about. There's our scaling function, so we can do it 1:1. We can scale down or scale up to whatever we want to do. So I'm going to keep it at 1:1. And another key function I'm going to use in this video today is the object snap. So this object snap, what that allows us to do is it allows us to have some key waypoints. A quick example of this is if I use the line tool. You can see how it snaps to the corner. You can snap to a midpoint, snap to the corners and midpoints usually. And that just helps with a lot of keeping symmetry and ease of use. I'll show later on the video when I don't want to use that tool, and I will turn off the object snap function. To go on from here, basic exercise, let's create a, we can create a spare bedroom or a washroom off to the side here or something. Now, a couple things that I'd like to show how to do. If we use our line tool here, actually, we can come here and we can select our point, and then we can come out. Now, if we hold down the shift key, this will keep us either linearly or orthogonally. It kind of snaps to a 90-degree angle as to wherever you bring the mouse, as you can see. So if we want to come out, let's say we hold down that shift key and we come out by 15. Try that again. Hold shift and then come up by 15, hit enter. So now we have a 15 unit line, and then we can hold shift again, and that'll bring us down, and then we can type in 10, hit enter. Now to utilize this snipping feature, if you hold shift and then we just drag this line past it and overshoot. Now we've created our jet out, but we have this tail hanging off. So how we correct that is we go into our modify tool functions here and we click the trim tab. Now when we use the trim tab, we want to highlight all lines that intersect with this intersection here. So we're going to select this line and this main line, and now we hit enter, and it's going to ask us, okay, well now we can delete this line, hide this line, but we want to get rid of that tail and trim that down. So if we click that and hit escape, now we've effectively trimmed off that section and created our nice cutout for our bedroom with the dimensions we wanted. In an instant like this with a square, obviously we could also use a rectangle function and create the same objective, but for simplicity's sake, I just wanted to show you how we can use that trim tool. Now moving on from here, we can create a doorway. So if we go to our drawing line here, now like I said before, if I have the snap to object snap function on the bottom right hand corner, if I want to go click here on this midpoint, it's actually going to bring me up to that top line where it's snapped. If you can see the green arrow. So if I exit out of here and then I go down to the bottom and I turn off that object snap, now when I go up to the line in the top left hand corner, I can create, if I hold shift, just a straight line across. And then if I want to create a doorway, I can go to the top left as well, and there's a function here in the top or bottom left of that drafting toolbar called arc. Now if you hold the bottom right hand arrow, it will bring up a few options: arc 3-way, arc start and center. Today I want to use the arc start and radius function. So for this, it's going to allow us to specify a start point, an end point, and then the radius. Now I want to start my circle. I'm going to start it outside of my line. And then when I want to bring it to my line, I want to make sure I can hit it right on the tip. So if I actually go back down to my bottom right, I can hit object snap. I can come up, I can snap it to that tip, and now it's going to create that line. And let me specify my radius. So if I specify my radius as 1.4 or whatever desired radius you have, you can hit enter and it'll create that. Now to clean this up and make this look professional, we can go back to our trim tool. And like I said, again, we want to select all the lines that are basically in the equation of what we want to trim here. Hit enter, and then when we go to snip our lines, we can just trim off the tails that we don't want. And then we hit escape. So that's just some basic functions of how to create some basic 2D drafting stuff using basic drawing functions and the trim tool. Now to go from here one step further, we can highlight and say, if we want to look at the dimensions of this, so we know that this is 15 units by 10 units, but if somebody else doesn't, we can hit our dimensions tab and we can select this and pull this up. That'll show our units. We can do the same for this one. That'll show our units. And this is a really quick and easy way to show units on our simplistic drawings, or efficiently get some light work done. If you got an idea in your head and you want to have a put it down on paper. For this doorway as well, we can actually delete this line. So again, if we go to our trim tool, we can come back here, select all the lines again that are in conjunction with that, hit enter. And now when we go to delete the line, as you'll see, it allows us to trim out that section. And we have a clear doorway to our spare bedroom or washroom. So that's all for today. This has been a tutorial on some simplistic AutoCAD drafting tools. They do seem simple, but I really think in the grand scheme of things, they're pretty basic things to get down, and being comfortable with these is a building block for the future and really showcases how you can progress in this programming. Yeah, thanks so much.